When she's 18, we'll either tell her, honey, we love you, we could not be more proud of you. Or, honey, we love you, please come out and surrender to the police, is how comedian Nate Bargatze described his feelings about his 2-year-old daughter. Of course, it was a joke, and she'll probably grow up to be their pride and joy. But the reality is, the other is always a possibility because it's happening to more and more parents, especially as our culture continues its downward spiral into incoherent postmodernism. After Isaiah awarded God's promise of a future king, Jesus, to whom people from all nations would turn and become part of his peaceful kingdom, the church, Isaiah 2, verses 1 through 4, a promise fulfilled 2,000 years ago and continuing through today, he turned back to the people of his day, to the people of Judah and Jerusalem in 740 BC, the year Uzziah died, Isaiah 6:1. Like America for the past 80 years or so, it had been a prosperous nation under Kings Uzziah and Jotham for nearly 50 years. But that was all about to change. Instead of the people born and raised in that environment growing up to be sons and daughters to be proud of, they had become every parent's nightmare. Listen to Isaiah. Come, house of Jacob, and let us walk in the light of the Lord. For you have abandoned your people, the house of Jacob, because they are filled with influences from the east, and they are soothsayers like the Philistines, and they strike bargains with the children of foreigners, Isaiah 2, verses 5 and 6. Looking at the previous promise of people coming to the Lord in the future, Isaiah asked his people who had turned away from God to come back, to walk in the light of the Lord right then, rather than wait for some day in the future. This plea was especially poignant because God had abandoned his people for becoming the worst they could be. Instead of walking in his light, their hearts and minds were illuminated by Eastern mysticism. And like America, they were rolling in the dough and thought it was a result of listening to their new sources of information. Verse 7. Isaiah again noted their fascination with idolatry, which is an exercise in idiocy. Verse 8. And how both poor and rich, or as we would say it, everybody was doing it, before saying these shocking words, do not forgive them. Verse 9. God was telling them the police were coming in and it was too late to come home. God has blessed America beyond belief with material prosperity and the opportunity to hear and obey him, to walk in his light. But we have chosen to follow other influences and worship our idols instead of him. I don't know if it's too late for this nation, or whether or not its downfall is soon or far away. But I do know it is not too late for you to repent and be forgiven, if you come to him now. Will you come and walk in his light today? Thank you for watching Morning Minutes in the Bible and An American Missionary. Until next time, this is James McClenny helping you have a great day.